Hey beauty lovers and fellow entrepreneurs, I'm Yegi, the owner and founder of Yegi Beauty. Within 5 years of being my own boss, I was able to grow Yegi Beauty into a multi-million-dollar company. This podcast is where I share what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur in the beauty industry. Hello. In today's podcast, we're going to be talking about disappointment. Now, why would we want to talk about disappointment? So a lot of studies have shown that the way we respond to disappointment is actually a big determining factor of how successful we will be in life or in business. Let's think about this for a moment. The way we respond to disappointment is directly correlated to how successful we're going to be. So what does that really mean to you when you hear that line? So if you knew this was 100% true, it was a fact based on research, what would you do? For me, what I decided to do, I want to say about 7 years ago, once I realized this, instead of thinking about what else I'm going to do, I started focusing on my actions and how I'm going to react to each situation, especially disappointing ones. And along the years, it has come very, very handy to keep this in mind in order for me to just really respond positively even to disappointment. For example, if you are a service provider like a lash artist or a hairstylist and your client cancels on you last minute, that's very, very disappointing because a lot of times we're not going to make any money and it's really hard to get another client last minute in order for us to still make money when somebody cancels on you. Or even if you have a cancellation policy and charge 10%, 20%, 50%, it's just very disappointing when a client cancels on you. At this point, there's two things I could do. First and obvious, and the way most people react to disappointment would be just to be angry, reply to the customer and be upset about them not showing up, or sitting there maybe scrolling through our phone and being angry that we missed out on that client until our next client comes. So that's the first option. And what is that going to lead us to having? It's going to lead us to having more negative emotions, which can have a downfall effect with our following client. But our second option is to really take what happened to you and react positively to that disappointment. And it may feel hard or impractical or unnatural to us at first, but if we start practicing to react positively to disappointment, then you literally mastered life. And then you're going to be a lot more successful in all areas. So I don't know, I wouldn't even want to get a tattoo of it on my head. Respond positively to disappointment. And this is what's really going to change the way I am as a person to be successful. So now, that second option, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, well, that sucks that she didn't show up. But instead of sitting here and being angry about it or replying to her in a negative way, I'm going to be understanding and I'm going to go ahead and use my time to do something positive. One example for that would be, I know social media is important for my business, so I have this extra 30 minutes to an hour for my client. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do a little mini marketing campaign, even just post about the services I provide or see what other people are doing out there, how I can get new clients. Or if I'm really exhausted, maybe I'm happy just to even take a nap. It's just really the attitude and the way we respond to disappointment that's going to set the tone for the rest of our day. Here's another example of how I responded to a very disappointing situation. When I had first started my business, I was working really hard. Like 9 a.m., I would be up the latest like at 10 hours at the business and I would leave like 10 or 11 p.m. really trying to build a new business. I did everything and anything and I was very involved. I was the manager, the janitor, the actual service provider, you name it. And any of you that have been there or are currently there and running your own small business, you know, we wear many different hats, and it's much harder than we ever imagined when we initially start, right? Even if we have a great business plan, right when we jump into it, we realize, wow, there's so much that needs to be done. And then unless you have an unlimited budget of all the people and all the help that you can hire to fill all the positions just like a bigger company, you are going to end up doing a lot of the work and being very involved. And I know you guys would relate. This is your baby. You started a business from nothing. It's your own. You don't trust anybody with it. No one can do a better job than you. You literally don't trust anybody. No matter how much you want to be trusting, you just don't. It's just a thing. I don't know. And everybody goes through that when they're a small business owner. They really are very involved. And I do think it has to do with the fact that we worked really hard and probably spent every last penny and some money that we don't have to start the business. Anyways, focusing back on my point, I was working really hard. After about a year of running the business pretty smoothly, now the clients are building up, I trust the employees more, things are flowing, everybody kind of knows what to do, I decided to take a vacation, which was a very, very rare occasion back then because, again, I was terrified to leave and not know what's going to happen if everything's going to continue to run smoothly. But of course, I really needed a vacation, and my girlfriends convinced me to take a trip to Greece. And I was so excited. That was going to be my official first overseas vacation. So we went, we started having a great time, and then like a day or so later, I get a call that basically everything's falling apart. People are not getting along. Clients are complaining. There's plumbing issues. I don't know. You name it. There were so many things not going right. But the main thing was people were not getting along. No one knew who was really in charge. No one knew. Everybody wanted to take charge and they were arguing and fighting. I have no idea what happened because I was not there. But this is the message I'm hearing. The worst part was I get a few different people calling basically saying, I quit. I'm out of here. I can't do this. I don't like this person or I didn't get along with this person. And I don't know how many miles away in a different country, different time zone. It's like midnight or 2 a.m. they would call me. I was so disappointed. I was disappointed in the business, in myself for leaving, and for the team that I had to not get along, especially that I finally decided to take a vacation and they were pretty much ruining it for me. We were all adults. They should have figured it out, right? So I had a reason to be very disappointed. But at that second, I said, let me think about it and call you guys back. So instead of reacting, I hung up my phone. I reminded myself of this practice that I had promised that I was going to do to react positively to every disappointing situation. And I'm human, I get very tempted to react poorly, but I reminded myself that I'm not going to react. Instead, I'm going to try to come up with a solution and a plan. In order for me to enjoy my time here, I spent a lot of money. I finally am in Greece trying to have a break from life and enjoy. And now I have to, deal with all this. So here's what I did. I hung up the phone. I took a moment to really take a few deep breaths, reminded myself that it's nobody's fault really. There must be something that needs to be resolved. And as a leader or a successful person too, you have to learn and you have to accept responsibility, especially as a business owner. If anything's going wrong in your business, for me, what I like to do is instead of pointing fingers and saying, oh, it's this person's fault, it's that person's fault, I really initially try to say, okay, so what did I do wrong? Did I pick the wrong people? Did I not have enough systems in place? Did I not support them enough? Did I not follow up, ask enough questions, right? So you do want to also question your leadership and not blame yourself or you're disappointed on yourself, but look for opportunities to better and grow your business or yourself. Like I said, I decided, and literally it's just a decision. Initially, it's just a decision. I decided instead of reacting and getting really heated and upset and literally flying back and firing everyone and telling them that I'm going to hire different people, I decided to take a deep breath, try to de-escalate as much as I can over the phone and then worry about it when I go back, but use it as an opportunity to put systems in place and really try to figure out what were the pieces that were missing from my business to run smoothly without me. As a business owner, at first, when it's a small business, yes, you have to be very involved. But the ultimate goal is to run a smooth business with the right team, with the right systems and processes in place where it will run smoothly without you. And all you have to do is give guidance and see what direction you want to take your business. That should be the ultimate goal. Anyways, that's a whole other topic. I hope this example helps you kind of think back and step back and analyze any disappointing situations you may have in your current or future business and reassess and act positively to the disappointment in order for you to be successful. Because throughout the years, through practicing this, I have realized that unless I did this, I was not going to be successful, and it has worked. And to have you try it out for yourself, not even try it out, for you to start paying attention. If we all start paying attention to the people around us, and it's not only in business, it's in life as well. If you just don't say anything to your friends and family and just really kind of take notes behind their back on your phone, start paying attention to the people around you. See if there is something that happens in their life that's a disappointing situation. Really see how they're reacting to it and take a mental note. Collect some data for yourself, and you'll see at the end of the day, the people who do practice reacting positively to disappointing situations and finding almost like the silver lining behind the negative situation and making something positive come out of it, these are the people that you will obviously see that they're a lot more successful in life all around. If it's their happy relationships with their families, friends, work, job, all that, okay? So I challenge you guys to do that. I'm going to close off with this, and thank you guys so much for listening. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your struggles. I will love to talk to you guys. Have a great day. Bye. Thank you for listening. Please rate and review this podcast. Follow and engage with us on social media under the Yegi Project. And if you're interested in being a guest, email info@theyegiproject.com. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future episodes.